Hey gang, BoxTruck BJ in the building, going to give you my experience on working with the overseas, I hate to call them foreigners because I feel like that's kind of racist, but people that's from out of the country. I told you guys in the beginning that they helped me get the auto insurance that I have right now, and I have a great rate on my auto insurance, so that gained my trust. But there are pros and cons to working with these people, but I don't want to bash them. I'm probably going to be the first person within this BoxTruck YouTube channel to tell y'all that it's okay if you do the proper research and the proper due diligence. I'm getting tongue-tied. You do the proper research, the proper due diligence, then it's okay to make a decision whether or not you want to work with these type of people. I'm not going to sit up here and bash them like everybody else on YouTube and say they're all bad and make fun of them, because again, I feel like that sounds racist. But anyway, I'm going to share my experience because I just actually commented on a video a few hours ago, one of my earlier videos, and I think the person said, hey, how was it working under someone else MC? Because that's what I'm trying to do until I build up my authority. All right, so I never worked under someone else's MC. You know, I was told that I can work under a MC that was 2 years old, a little bit over 2 years. And it was also from, you know, the overseas type of dispatcher. So I was told that I can do that. All right, so I get all set up and everything, and I'm like, okay, so I have TQL at the time before TQL kicked me off. I had TQL at the time. I had DAT load board. So, you know, I was set up on my end as well as, you know, having a 2-year authority. So I'm like, there's no reason for me not to go out now. Like, I'm all loaded up. You know, they're in the chamber at this point. So when I was getting stuck, like when I was first going out, and I'm hitting the dispatchers like, how can y'all not find me anything? And this authority is over 2 years. It wasn't making sense. So I ran across a video on YouTube. I don't know who it was, but it was like, hey, be careful with giving your information to everybody, because people will have other companies running under your own MC and things of that nature. So I'm like, I think that's what happened. I think the MC that they said that I can use what didn't even belong to them. You know, I think they scammed and they was letting people run up under this man MC. So I'm like, dang, that's crazy. So that's one of the things that you guys have to watch for when dealing with those type of people, right? The type of people from overseas. Just watch out for that. Like I say, do proper research, proper due diligence. Then I'm going to tell you about a situation that I had when I was in Texas. My foreign dispatching person knew 3 days in advance, 4 days in advance that I think it was 4 days in advance that I was going to be in Texas. He knew that. So long story short, while I'm on the way to Texas and everything, like, this guy really didn't find me anything. And at some point, he stopped communicating. You know, so it's just like I had to keep checking in with him, like, hey, did you see anything? You know, I'm gonna be to Texas in 2 days or whatever. So long story short, the morning of me actually dropping off the load that I took from Jacksonville to Texas, after I dropped that load off, y'all, I didn't have anything lined up. So I do have an American dispatcher as well. He ended up hitting me up saying, yo, I got you something that's picking up right around the corner and going back to Jacksonville or something like that. So I'm like, cool, let's book it. You know, at this point, I don't care like how much it was paying. I just knew that I wasn't going to be losing money in fuel and deadheading. So, but it was a good rate. They didn't cheat me. They gave me like $1,900 or something like that. But anyway, so what happened, y'all, it get interesting. So I say book it. He say cool. So my American person hit me up and he said, hey, yo, can you reach out to your dispatcher and tell him to send either me or him the paperwork for, being able to register with the company that I'm going to pick the load up from. So he said, send them the paperwork. So I was like, okay. So I reach out to my foreign dispatcher person who ain't found me nothing. And I say, hey, there's an email coming to you. Can you please forward that to me? He didn't respond. So I said, I'm going to give him time. So I waited for about 8 minutes. And then I hit him back. I say, hey, I really need to get that email because my other dispatcher found me a load going from here back to Florida. And then he responded. My foreign overseas dispatch person responded. And guess what he said? He said, I'm on that now. I'm on it. So I said, how are you on it? This guy just found me this load. And now because you got the email, you acting like you trying to book it. So I told him, I said, that's not good business. I'm not into doing anything that's unethical or it really wouldn't be unethical because I can call my own shots. But why would I let you take credit for something you didn't find me? And like, dude had to started checking in. He stopped checking in with me and all. Like my foreign person, my overseas person, he just stopped. So now all of a sudden you're working on it. No, you're not. So he and I got into a heated back and forth text messaging about it. And I'm like, I'm not finna take from this guy that found me this load and give it to you. So he's like, my overseas dispatcher is like, well, you can ask the broker who reached out to him first about this load. Dude, I literally didn't hear from you for like a day and a half. How you gonna tell me all of a sudden you found the load that you didn't even tell me anything about? Like, if he find a load, he'll text me first and say, hey, here's a load, right? That's what he'll do. He'll text me first and say, hey, here's a load. Do you want it? He didn't even do that because you didn't find me the load. All you did was get the email. So I go back to my American person. I say, bro, is there any other way that we can get this email? He say, nah. He say, the brokers are using Highway 55. Highway 55 is a platform kind of like RMIS. They store your information so that other companies can see it. And you don't have to, and they can verify it. So that's what Highway 55 is, right? So the guy ended up, my overseas dispatcher, he ended up changing my information in Highway 55 to only where he's the only contact person. Like, I was literally locked out of my account. I couldn't log into Highway 55. So I'm like, damn. So now I had to call them and they was like, hey, we changed the rules. Only one person could have access at a time. And I hope I'm teaching somebody something. With Highway 55, they changed the rules. They said only one person could have access at a time. And right now it belongs to somebody in Pakistan. I'm panicking, my heart beating. I'm like, well, how can we change this? Like, what's going on? Like, I was scared. And he was like, I can change it for you. That's not the issue. The issue is that, just keep in mind that one person. So I'm like, cool. He ended up changing it for me. And when he changed it, I ended up putting my information back where it belongs. I didn't even put my American guy on there, and I had to explain to him. I say, hey, I'm going to send you the email, and Highway 55 said that only one person, and I want to be the only person. So my American guy say, nah. He say, that guy, the overseas guy, he did it wrong. He was like, all he had to do was put his information down as a dispatcher or whatever. So, and the American person was right. He's on my Highway 55 as my dispatcher, but I can still access my account, log in, log out. So I'm like, and then the guy got mad, the overseas guy got mad, and he and I had some heated words. So I say, well, if he was able to switch around my Highway 55 like that, there's not any telling what kind of other damage he can do. So instead of me going to the maximal of like cussing him the fuck out, I had to think and say, immediately I started going through what could potentially hurt me and harm me by this guy having my information, and to change those things around. So I end up changing you know, one or two things to taking him off of it. Because if you're acting like you don't want to send me the email, which he didn't, and you're doing all this, and this guy called me about 16 times from Texas to Florida. I stopped answering the phone. I blocked him like it was bad. So when you make, you know, these people mad, like, you can really see their true colors. But why would you try to steal from the person that actually found me the load? So that's a little story that I wanted to, you know, run across you guys as well. They get pissed off and they overtalk you. Those of you who actually took time to listen to what they got to say, they kind of rude. They are. They overtalk you. If you're not a person that's aggressive in a conversation, or if you don't know how to lead, then they gonna talk over you. You got to tell them, hey, hold on. I'm gonna let you talk, but you gonna hear me out. Like, I don't want you talking over me. Calm down. Cause they go. They go. So yeah, you just kind of, you got to be that person with dealing with them type of people. But again, that's another experience that I had dealing with, you know, those type of people. So I'm never going to tell you guys that they're all bad, and I'm never going to tell you they're all good. I'm not going to even tell you that people, Americans, whoever, are all good and everybody else is all bad. Like, it just don't work like that. But this video is definitely in response to the person that asked about me running under someone else's MC. I never got the opportunity to do that. They scammed. I knew it was a scam. I know whoever MC it was didn't know that people was running up under their MC. So yeah, guys, in this trucking space, man, we got to be careful who we give our information to, all kind of stuff. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm going on 6 months next month. I'm not going to really be working with those type of people, you know. If I can help it, I'm just not going to do it, because they all have attitudes. Versus the good ones, and the ones that's not good, the attitudes are just terrible. All right, but before I go, guys, if you know any great companies that I can take a look at after having a 180-day authority, then let me know. I know Amazon is one of them, but you guys got to keep in mind when it comes to Amazon that they now have their own box trucks. Like, Amazon is trying to become a monopoly. Like, it is what it is. You know, they got some of their own semi trucks. Now they got a ton of box trucks right now. So after a while, we're going to be weeded out. Like, you know, they want to hire within the company and pay you 17, 18 bucks an hour, you know. So keep in mind, guys, that we got to start looking forward past Amazon, because it's not going to be long before they stop accepting us. I just don't, I mean, I don't know. That's my opinion. You know, I'm not a professional in this field, but I do have, like, common sense. Like, if they starting to get their own, then what the hell do they need us for, right? All right, so yeah, put in the comments some great companies that pay, you know, some good rates. You know, I'm done with taking the $1.20, the $1.20, the $1.10. I done took them. And if I'm consistent, sometimes I don't even argue. Like, if I get to a state and they got another load for me and the fuel and stuff and the numbers add up, I just take it. But I'm kind of wanting to get out of doing that, because, you know, at the end of the week, man, you gotta really profit after all of your expenses and your maintenance accounting, you know, whatever it is. But anyway, guys, another 15-minute video. I apologize if it's too long for you, but I hope and pray that you guys are finding value. Also, you guys are my family, right? Those in the comments, because I'm just somebody that's actually doing this. Like I always say, I just did it, you know. It's no different from a person that never been to Walmart before, but they saw what Walmart was selling online, but they just never been there. And, you know, I'm a person that been to Walmart, so I can tell you, like, what's going on at Walmart, but you're on the way to drive there, right? So you're going to be the person at Walmart soon. You're going to be the person in this trucking industry soon. So don't look at us like we're more better than you are, or we're special people. We're not. You know, like we're kind of like no better than you. Like whenever some of you guys get in this business, you're gonna be able to structure your business the way that you want to, and you're gonna be able to provide feedback on how is it that you found your niche. Then people like me, that's humble enough to be coachable and teachable, will actually learn from you. You know, I don't care if you came after me, you know, like, I don't care about that. I care about positive information. I care about great quality and feedback. You know, I care about the quantity of the work. Like, that's what's important to me. Like, help me grow. And I'm telling you guys that I'm being as transparent as possible. I don't mind giving y'all my numbers because, you know, I just don't. I got, you know, 2 other businesses as well, and I make money in other ways besides trucking. So, you know, don't think that you know what I make in life, because trucking is one of the things that I do. But anyway, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching, and click the like button and subscribe, all that good stuff. And I hope that these 17 minutes you got something out of it. I hope it wasn't too boring. And I thank you. Thank y'all for growing the channel. I'm over 110 subscribers right now, maybe even 115. So it's growing fast. Listen, guys, I don't know anything about how YouTube algorithm works. They're starting to put commercials in my stuff. You know, I'm not being compensated off YouTube. I guess that's the way it worked. But in the past, I did a YouTube channel and you can watch it straight through. You know, now I guess that I'm growing fast. I know that they can probably see that on their end. Now it's like, let me commercialize his videos. I hate that shit, y'all. But if I ever start making money and, you know, learning how this YouTube thing, right now I'm just trying to, it's trucking. I'm trying to hook up with you and give you information. You can hook up with me. We can become partners. Like, that's where I'm at with it. I got this thing to actually find people, good quality people. Like, that's what I got this channel for. But it's turning into everybody subscribing. So, but if I ever get to the point where I'm making money, then I would pay not to, if I could. I think somebody said that you could. I would pay not to have these freaking commercials. But right now it's all about networking, guys. So trust me, believe me, you reach out to me, I'm gonna reach back out to you. But again, it's your boy BoxTruck BJ. Thank y'all for listening. Be blessed. Have a good day, man.